So, Steph, you head a media department in a teaching and learning center in a university. So, can you tell us a little bit, because you've created tons of media for faculty, for the university, for projects. So, can you tell us a little bit about your approach to creating media that balances, high production quality, but with accessibility, educational effectiveness for diverse audiences? How do you work all that together?
Thank you, Michael. Such a good question. I'm going to jump right in and just
Sure.
say that one of the most effective types of media that we produce are simulations.
Oh,
And simulations we create for every department across the university. And over the years, we have learned a lot of very effective tools and strategies.
mhm.
And so we it's soup to nuts. We
Okay.
develop the script. We work with actors. We are directing actors as well as the lighting design. We create storyboards and shot lists, and they can be very complex. And so, two of the projects that we've recently worked with, one with the School of Social Work and one with the medical campus, one of them was training, which is a recent training for MDMA assisted therapy and psychedelic assisted therapy. And it is a very, very specific process. The other one was with the medical campus in helping to identify microaggressions in clinical settings. So these are also simulations, and it's not just about identifying, it's also addressing them. So, how do we do that? We start with working with the client, our faculty partner, in developing a script, and we have script writing tools. And we use Google Docs. We also have custom templates that we use for storyboarding, for something called Shot Designer. We also schedule rehearsals. We do table reads, rehearsals, and then the actual shoot. And then in post production, we use something called Frame.io for collaborative editing. And then all of that gets implemented into a course design, and we've had very good responses and from students as well as faculty in the use of these videos in their courses.
Wow. So that's fantastic. It's so much that goes into making these simulation videos. And throughout the years, um, you think that the simulation video, putting having people watch something that's happening like scripted with actors, um, is better than, let's say, the course content, the lecturing. Do you do less of that nowadays and do more simulated videos?
Um, I wouldn't say we do less. It's the most expensive in terms of time. It takes
Right.
much more time and resource investment to create a simulation than
Mhm.
it does a talking head video. So
Sure.
it's a little bit of both, right?
Got
And
it.
sometimes we use animation also to be able to visualize very complex concepts. But the simulation, in terms of an in-person, a deep very and often these subject matters are deep. There's a lot of nuance to them. They're face to face, they're with people, and so you need to have that face to face type of representation. And we've become much more sophisticated in the way in which all of our skills, somebody in our team is very sophisticated at being able to direct. And so another person is very good at script writing, and we work very closely with the designer. This gets to your question, the learning designer,
Mhm.
who then we're always thinking about the script and what is the overall purpose and goal that gets integrated into the course. Often, the purpose is really to have a discussion. It's a discussion prompt so that you set up a scenario, and the scenario can be very intense deliberately. And then it stimulates a discussion about how a student who's trained in handling this situation, what did they do right? What did they do wrong? What could they have done differently? So it's a very rich way of being able to use content for teaching and learning in a course.